Hello, viewers and listeners. Welcome back again to the new live show on AUK Radio. I'm your host, Yinka. On today's show, as with every other show, we're here to talk about our health and wellness and everything else in between. Today, I am super excited because we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I have two special guests with me to join me in the conversation today. But before we continue, here's our short disclaimer. We are here to provide you with information for general purposes only. We're not here to diagnose, neither do we claim to cure nor heal any ailments whatsoever. So please do speak to your healthcare provider in the first instance if you are thinking of making changes to your lifestyle. Now, with that being said, let me introduce to you the topic for today and the two amazing guests I have with me. So today we'll be talking about the vegetarian week. Yes, so we'll be talking about vegetables, aka plants. And I have with me my first guest is Alera. Alera is my daughter, who I have pretty much raised up as a vegetarian for almost 2 decades. Yeah, just giving away your age right there. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I have with me my second guest, who is no stranger. She has been on the show before to talk about a journey on a plant-based diet to reversing high blood pressure. So welcome back again, Olaide Aderemi, aka Plant-Based Lifestyler. Welcome, sis.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yes.
you.
How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. Love the smile as always. And when I see those red lipsticks, I'm like, lovely, even lovely, yeah. Excellent. Good, good, good. So, for me, maybe you know or you don't know, I have been, plant-based vegan pretty much for a long time.
Yeah.
And my daughter used to say, or still says, Mom, you were vegan before it became fashionable. So, trendsetters. Is that what we... That's what,
Trendsetters, yeah.
I'm a trendsetter. So, I believed then, as I do now, that plant or food is medicine. So I am excited, with the advancement in the plant-based movement. And it's super exciting that we can do so much more with plants these days. I mean, when I started on the journey years and years ago, to get, plant-based milk was quite hard. So you had to make everything from scratch. So, but now it's as easy as going to your supermarket and getting yourself a carton or two. So, with that being said, let's dive into the topic of today. So, the Vegetarian Week is celebrated every year between the 1st and the 7th of October. And this started in 1977, and it kickstarts off the International Vegetarian Week. So in the United Kingdom, the National Vegetarian Week has been run since the year 1992. And this year, again, it's been held between the 1st of October and the 7th of October 2025. So I am going to start firing the questions to my daughter and to my guests. So we're going to have a conversation. All right. So let me ask you first. You've been vegetarian for literally since birth, right? What's that journey been like for you? I mean, be honest here. You're allowed.
Okay. So I'd say I chose to be vegetarian, I'd say when I was in year 7, and everyone asks me, oh, why'd you be vegetarian? Why? And initially, one of my good friends in middle school, we said, oh, let's see who can go the longest without meat. So, at the time, there wasn't a lot of people that were vegetarian in our year. I think it was just us two and another girl.
Oh, wow.
So not many people. And I think before then, especially at home, we didn't eat a lot of meat apart from fish and canned tuna.
Yeah,
But
earlier in the
nothing
years,
exciting.
yeah.
And I think it wasn't until primary school that I didn't eat meat. So it was like born, no meat,
Yeah.
primary school till about, I want to say year 7, eat meat, and then from year 7 till today, no meat. And people ask me, I went to a party, I think, 2 weeks ago. So this guy said, do you miss eating meat? And I get that question quite a bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, no. I think at the start, definitely. Because you didn't have all these alternatives.
Yes.
And it's just corn. And I remember they had like a fake bacon. Oh my god, it wasn't good. It looked like Play-Doh. But now, like, there's so many oil options,
Yes.
like Richmond's, Linda McCartney.
Yeah.
So now it's a lot easier. Yeah.
Yeah. But you mentioned those alternatives. Even though we have that, you don't eat as much. It's not like you eat it every day. I mean,
no.
we certainly don't do at home. So what would you say we eat more of?
I love this question. Okay, so I love tofu.
Yeah,
It's
that's
my
a
favorite
love for tofu.
thing ever. I went to China a few months ago and I ate tofu every day. I still eat it every day, but it's an abundance. I just love it. So I eat a lot of tofu, yeah. So fry it, scramble it. I don't like cold food, so I don't eat cold, but you can. So tofu. Beans, legumes, and also protein powder. Some people like don't eat it, but me personally, I like it. I get it from Holland. Can I say brand names?
You get it from that shop down the high street.
It's nice. They just shouldn't discount. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. So, to you, Olaide, I know this is your second time on the show, and you shared your story as to how you're going to plant-based eating. For our viewers that have not perhaps listened to that particular episode, could you share, repeat the story as to how you got into plant-based eating and coaching?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I got into this space 6 years ago. And this was as a result of losing my brother. So I lost my brother 6 years ago to a heart attack, even though he was on high blood pressure tablets. And I had been on high blood pressure tablets as well for 13 years at that point. So I just realized that the fact that you're on medication does not mean you can still have a heart attack. And that was why I had to go in and research something else that would help me as opposed to just taking the medication.
Yeah.
And my brother that lives in the States, he said to me, oh, he watched a documentary. He thinks I should go and watch that. We can reverse, lifestyle diseases using plants. So that was how I started. I started watching documentaries. I started doing my research. I did some online courses. And actually, I read so many testimonials of people that, they had reversed their high blood pressure, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes. And I was like, oh, this is what I need to do. And that's how I started my journey 6 years ago. Still going strong, still loving eating plants. And it's been great ever since. I don't think I can go back to being a meat eater like I was before. Really.
Yeah. And you, I know, is another person that really, really like tofu. Just like this young lady here. Yeah. Because What was it you made? You with tofu some time ago. You were telling me about. Anyway, you can share
So,
that with our viewers. When I asked you the question about one is the
okay,
one recipe
okay,
that
okay.
okay. All right. Thank you, Lydie. So back to you, daughter. I know you mentioned about school, and somebody asked you, do you miss eating meat? So for you, what do you think being vegetarian has given you, when you think about your health or even in shaping your outlook about food?
Oh, that's a good question. The first thing I thought, money. I feel like I've just finished my first year of uni. I've saved quite a bit, not eating, cooking, and buying meat. So I guess that's a plus.
Absolutely.
I think as for my outlook, I think I'm appreciative with all the ideas because you're not eating meat. So you have to think outside the box of everything you can eat, what you can make, especially with tofu.
Be
It's
more
so
creative.
versatile. Yeah, more creative with what you eat and what you make. Because, for example, on social media, there's this big trend of making salmon bowls.
Okay.
But obviously, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat fish.
Fish. That's a new word.
So I came across this creator and she made salmon from tofu. I was like, wow, if I wasn't vegetarian or looking for these options, I wouldn't come across it.
Yes.
And then from there, I'm thinking, oh, how can I make tofu taste like chicken or that one meat dish I used to have ages ago. Or for example, I had a Christmas dinner with my flatmates. They were eating chicken and I was thinking, okay, what can I make as my chicken substitute? Especially when we have Christmas dinner. Instead of having, like, unless people have turkey. I'm not doing that. So we have, a stuffed butternut squash.
Yes.
With tofu, legumes,
Yes.
legumes.
Very balanced.
Yeah, and a little bit of tofu and cranberry for that Christmas spirit time. So I feel being vegetarian has made me feel, not feel, but become more creative with my food and being more inventive with what I make. Instead of having, tofu rice and broccoli, what can I do with this tofu to make it more exciting? Because yes, I love tofu, but having it the same old every day, it's a bit boring. And I think in regards to what I think about people that eat meat, that's fine. Like, I don't have people being like, oh, the animals, because I just do it because I can for fun, to experience life differently. And I think it's given me also a greater appreciation because I feel if people didn't cook me or eat me, I would have all these ideas on what to do with my own food because I work in a restaurant. So I see what the chef is doing and he made the roast pesto chicken ciabatta. I was like, oh, let me do that with my food. So it's just being able to combine and make things that suit my palate.
Yeah.
So being vegetarian, I say, made me more creative.
Excellent. Thank you. So she's mentioned creativity. So Lydie, do you have anything you want to add to that?
So, you mean in eating plants, or because I didn't hear some part of what she said.
She was talking about how being vegetarian, she's having to learn to be creative with her food, with her cooking. Yeah.
Yes. So I agree. Because there's so many varieties of plants, you can just, bond things together. You don't have to really have a set recipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just, so for example, you feel like eating beans, chili beans, for example, I just, put in my chopped plum tomatoes, put in the beans, put in spices, and at the end of it, it tastes really nice. So recipes are good if you're into that, but when you eat plants, you can just bang things together and just, make what you want to eat. It doesn't need any kind of ceremony or anything like that. Just look for 2-3 ingredients, because for me, especially when people are wanting to change, I always say go for something simple.
Simple,
When it's too
yes.
complicated, you are not able to even
Yeah,
keep up, and it
that's
puts
right.
you off.
Yeah.
So just do 2, 3, 4 ingredients, simple things, and then you're on your way.
That's right.
So that's what I'll add
Excellent.
to that.
Well, thank you. So back to you. Going back to your story. So how long before you began to see changes in your blood pressure and overall health? Roughly, how long?
So I would say I started seeing changes in, like, I would say between 4 to 6 weeks, to be honest. You
Okay.
know, my blood pressure reading, my blood pressure, started going down, and then I was sleeping better. I mean, before I wasn't sleeping okay, to be honest, but you know, I was sleeping a lot better, and I felt good. I was full of energy as well. So, I tell you, in a few weeks, you will start seeing changes in your body and in your energy level. I know our bodies are different.
That's right. Yeah.
People experience things differently, but if you stick to it, when we say, I mean, when you stick to just eating plants for between 4 to 6 weeks, you will definitely know the difference in your body. That's definite.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. So it's not just the personal testimony or testimonies. Harvard Medical School has also shown that plant-based diets can help to lower blood pressure, as we've been listening, improve our cholesterol level, reduce cardiovascular disease. So your story, Olaide, is really confirming what science already tells us. But hearing a lived out experience makes it so real, makes it super, super real. So we've heard both stories, but let's talk facts. Why are vegetables such powerful foods for our bodies? So back to you, daughter. Which vegetable or vegetables or meals make you feel more energized or happy?
Okay, so I spoke about it earlier, but definitely it's a rice salmon tofu bowl with, what do I have it with? Broccoli and avocado. And a
Oh,
little
you
bit,
love your avocados.
yeah.
She does.
Avocado, sriracha, like hot sauce, and mayo.
Yeah.
One of my go-to meals, because rice is good, carbs. Avocados, yummy, and sriracha mayo for that creaminess and like little kick. So that makes me feel happy. I think a meal that makes me feel energized. It's actually a smoothie. I know it's not a meal, but I feel like the coldness, like, I usually have for breakfast, wakes me up. You get berries,
Your berries, yeah.
antioxidants,
Yeah.
all the good stuff. And
That's
then
right.
I just add protein powder, because I know when I started being a vegetarian again, the main concern from my people was, what about your protein?
Where do you get your protein?
Protein.
From the plants.
And I know a lot of people don't really like protein powder.
Yeah.
But in meals where there isn't a lot of protein, I feel it's good to have. And most of it tastes nice, I think. You get different flavours. I like vanilla, some people like chocolate.
Yeah.
So, yes, protein smoothie, berries, milk of your choice, 10-10. And I'm trying to think what other meals I make. I have a whole folder online of all the things I like to make.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah.
Cool. Thank you. So back to your lady. So from your coaching, what health transformations do you see when people simply increase their vegetable intake?
So most people, they talk about, digestion, that the food it digests so well. Some of them see their bad cholesterol, go down. They're able to use the the toilet, for some of them, they suffer from constipation, and then they start eating plants. They see that it is so easy for them to just, use the toilet, which some people struggle with. So, better digestion, better
Number
movement,
two,
bowel movement, I would say.
That's it. Bowel movement.
Yes, better bowel movement, and then bad cholesterol going down. The thing is, your body just adapts to the free flow of the plants.
Yeah.
And they're so light, so it's not that you're eating something and then it sits in your tummy, it's so heavy. No, it gets digested very quickly. So that's some of the things that they talk about.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And that's a very good point, because there's a saying that every disease starts from the gut. So if we're able to eliminate properly, then we reduce the risk of some of these diseases. So that is good to know and experience, the free flowing, like you put it, from eating or increasing our vegetable intake. So which brings me to the point, in the UK, we have the 5-a-day recommendation of your fruits and your vegetables. Even at that, research statistics shows that only 1 in 4 adults actually meet this minimum recommended amount of fruits and vegetables every day. So we're still eating less than we should be. In some countries, like Japan, I believe, they eat over 9 servings of these fruits and vegetables. Like they say, the results are obvious, and it's just only a fool will argue with the results. But knowing that we're not meeting these recommended amounts of fruits and vegetables, what would you say? You're working with coaching people, like, what is the problem? Why are we not doing it? And what can we do to increase this fruits and vegetable consumption on a daily basis?
I think most people, nobody likes change. Even though we know change is the only constant, nobody likes change. It's like, oh, I'm used to eating this. And I think for most people, the thing about when they eat plants, they're not getting enough. They're not getting enough protein. Most people, and I'm thinking, even when we were meat eaters, nobody bothered about whether you are getting enough protein or not. So all of a sudden, you're telling them to eat vegetables. They're saying, oh, we're not getting enough. I always say to people, you have to be conscious of making that decision. So if people are struggling with 5 a day, so make a conscious effort to say or do something about it. If you're not conscious about doing something about it, nothing would happen. So if you're a fruit lover, get fruits that are in season. Add it to your meals. Get vegetables that are in season. Add it to your meals. Now we have quite a large variety. If you're not into variety, the ones that you like, the vegetables that you like, the fruits that you like, try and add them into your meal. So, for example, do meatless Monday. Say
I've
to
heard that
yourself,
one.
I'm not
A lot of
eating
people I
meat
know do that.
on Mondays. I'm going to replace it with plants, and just start bit by bit. Nobody's saying you should change 360, but just start eliminating some of the food you're eating and inserting some plants. That's all we're saying. And before time, you will improve on your plants intake.
Yeah, thank you for that suggestion. So that way we're increasing our uptake of these fruits and vegetables, and slowly we get better and better. Yeah, you agree. For me, as a juicing therapist, I always see juicing as a means to an end. If you can eat it, you can juice it and drink it. So,
Yeah.
you can't sit down and have like 3 apples at a go, but you can juice it. And I'm not saying just do purely apple and drink it, but it just goes to show how when you juice the right stuff, more of the vegetables, less of the fruit, you're increasing your uptake of these superfoods, like we like to refer
Yeah.
to them sometimes. All right. So we're talking about plant-based. We're talking about the vegetarian week, increasing our uptake or uptake of fruits and vegetables. So it's great for our body. It's great for our health. Now let's bring it to climate, to the planet, for example. So, daughter, as part of the younger generation, do you see food choices linked with climate and sustainability?
I do, because if you go into, let's say, Google and you type in rice, for example, if you scroll after like the info sheets and the calories, it tells you the carbon footprint and how much water that food is. So I feel, especially recently and newer brands as well, there's a focus on sustainability, how much water it's consuming, carbon footprint. I think because I started eating as a vegetarian younger, it wasn't something that was at the forefront of my mind. But I like to say I am climate conscious. I try to reduce my carbon footprint. I try to shop secondhand. So I feel now slowly I'm trying to make that attempt with my food. So obviously as a vegetarian, I don't eat much meat. So my carbon footprint is smaller than someone who would eat meat. So I guess that's like a plus. So I think maybe I'll start making a more conscious effort. Now you're asking that question, I'm thinking sustainability.
What else can you do?
But I think what's helped me is not wasting food. Because one, especially if you're buying plant-free sausages, tofu is kind of expensive. So make sure you don't waste the food. I think it's simple, but need to be
finding other ways of using the food and not wasting it.
Yeah, and it goes back to the idea of being creative with your food.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I feel if you can do a lot with a little, you're going to be buying less, spending less, and in turn, you're like being more sustainable with your not only your food but also your money.
That's right.
So just like double plus.
That's right. I mean, even in this day and age of credit crunch, this kind of tips helps us to save money.
Yeah, money saving expert.
Yeah, money saving expert too. Okay, thanks for that. So, Olaide, back to you. So, what is the connection between plant-based diets and things like I've just asked Alera here, climate change or land use?
So we all know that plants use way less water, land, resources compared to meat. So when you're eating plants, you're not just helping your body. We are contributing to the planet as well. We're helping the planet because, say, for example, you want to grow cucumbers, you can grow cucumbers in your garden.
Yeah, I do.
You can grow tomatoes in your garden.
I do.
You're not using so much land.
Yes.
You're not using so much water, So that definitely is contributing to the planet as opposed to meat, whereby they need a lot of land to be able to do all that. So plants definitely is a win-win for the planet. Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Just to add on to that, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization reports that livestock farming contributes about 14.5% of all human-caused greenhouse emissions. 14.5%. That's a lot, would you say? Yeah. So that's even more than the entire transport sector. So when we talk about transport sector, we're referring to aviation,
Train.
trains, land, sea. So all of that's put together. So by choosing more veg, like you said, we're reducing our carbon footprint, and we're also, like I mentioned, helping the planet. So it's good for us, also good for the planet. At least so we can keep something for the next generation, right?
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, shall we get practical now?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
practical now. Right. So we don't just want our listeners to just listen. We also want you to do. So you talked about your favorite go-to vegetarian meal, and we know it's something with tofu, rice with tofu. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, and you've also mentioned about how you put your broccoli and some other grains together
Yeah.
as your vegetable part of that meal. So for you, Lady, for someone that's hesitant or nervous about giving up meat, I know you mentioned about some small steps to do. Perhaps repeat some of this, or maybe even mention something new that you haven't mentioned before. And while you're at that,
So
okay, I was gonna say,
so for meat lovers, I would say introduce something chewy to your food. So say for
okay,
example, tofu. We have different types of tofu. You have the soft one, you have the extra firm, the firm one. So if for example you get a firm or extra firm tofu, when you buy it, just put it in your freezer. Once it's frozen, bring it out of the freezer, let it thaw. Once it thaws, try and remove the excess water from it, and then cut it into cubes or however you want to cut it. Put your spices in it, bang it in your air fryer or your oven, and the texture is actually chewy and it's like meaty than if you just get extra firm tofu, cut it and then put it in the oven. The taste is different and the texture is different. So as a meat lover, you could do something like that. Also, there's so many nice mushrooms that go for shiitake mushroom.
yeah,
When you eat it, it's like you're eating meat. The other day, I went into my local supermarket and got lion's mane. Oh my God.
Yeah.
By the
we
time
know.
by the time I cleaned it out, tore it into pieces, put the spices. I even gave it to my husband, who is a meat eater. I was like, can you just try this? I was like, it actually tastes nice. I said, it's mushroom. It was, are you serious? I said, yes, it's mushroom. So there's so many varieties of,
Yes.
things that you can eat if you want to still have your chewy texture when you're eating.
Yeah.
Also, I discovered black fungus. I don't know whether you've eaten black fungus before. It's very common in Asia.
Okay.
So the same thing, and it is so low in calories. So if you want to, eat a lot of it, it doesn't really matter. But it's actually nice, it's nice, and it's chewy as well. So there's so many things you can use to replace the meat
The
and
meat.
and you still get the nice texture
Yeah.
that you want.
Yeah. Thank you. While you were talking, I remember jackfruit. Jackfruit also.
Yes, that's another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
It's it's
yes,
like you're
that's
eating
another
meat.
good
You
one.
season it properly, and voila, bon appetit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've tried that a couple of times. Yeah. So we do have a lot of choices. So, daughter, do you want to contribute a simple recipe that's not tofu?
Okay, it was going to be, I'll give you two, because
Oh,
the first
okay.
one was going to be tofu.
Okay.
So, like I said earlier, if you put tofu in the freezer, take it, like once it's done, take it out, it's meatier. So, if you like, my younger sister doesn't like the taste of tofu, like, tastes like nothing. I feel if you, If you take out the freezer, like once it's thawed, and grate it, and then put oil in the pan, season it, put the pan in the oven, because it has a larger surface area, it'll take up all the seasonings, and it'll be, depending on how you season it, more meatier. It won't taste bland.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And then what I usually do with that, it'll be nice and crunchy, crispy.
Yes. You've made that a couple of times for us. Yeah.
I make coconut rice and put that tofu on top of it. It's nice. It's crunchy, but you still get that the chewiness of meat. Okay.
Yeah.
So crispy shredded tofu with coconut rice. That's recipe 1.
Excellent.
Recipe 2 without tofu. Oh, it also has rice, but a Buddha bowl. I think that's very easy. So it's just rice and vegetables. Legumes.
Yeah.
So I actually make not a chili con carne, but I just make a mix of beans, kidney beans, butter beans, chickpeas, mix that all up. And then I have like fresh vegetables, so cucumbers, tomatoes, maybe salad leaves, so lettuce, spinach, depending on what I have in the fridge. And then, since there's no tofu, I'll
Mushroom?
Mushrooms, yeah. Betty, is it the shiitake mushrooms? Those are really yummy if you get them and fry them, grill them. And if you want them to be, like, I guess like fried chicken very loosely, you can coat them in, you can make a batter, or if you don't want to make a batter, just toss them into corn flour, put them on the pan, a little bit of oil, be crispy, very nice.
Yeah.
So put a bowl with shiitake mushrooms. Sometimes if I don't want to cook, I'll put like cut up some like fancy cheese, bean, mozzarella, put on. It's nice. So they're the my 2 recipes. So shredded tofu with coconut rice, and a Buddha bowl,
recipe 1,
and a Buddha bowl with shiitake mushrooms and vegetables. That's my second one.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you. You heard that. So you got 3 recipes to try out this week. Okay. Now, here's your new life challenge. Your new life veggie challenge. So, apart from the recipes that we've shared, 2, eat a rainbow. At least 3 different colors on your plate. All right? Olaide has already mentioned about Meatless Monday, so that'll be 3. 4, swap 1 meal for a fully vegetarian meal. 5, add some beans or lentils to something that you cook. 6, snack on veggie. 7, make green the star of at least 1 dish. All right? 8, try a new vegetable you've never eaten before. Now, some years ago, I used to do this a lot. I would go to the local market and I'll walk down, see all the different vegetables that I've never seen before or tried before, and I'll go there. Sometimes they have them like in those bowls. They sell them a bowl for £1 or something. And I'll be like, okay, I've never tried this before. Can I just have half? And they will gladly sell me half. I don't know if you remember, there was one day I came with this long white radish.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, Mom, what's that? I said, well, something new. We're going to try it. And I tried it. I don't remember if you did, but I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It didn't really have much taste, but it was something new. It was crunchy. Yeah, it was crunchy. So if anyone, whoever's used to using radishes, we're used to the little pinkish looking one, pink reddish one. Yeah, but this was the white, long one. Okay, and reflect on how you feel when you eat the meal. This is where I say we need to be body detective. So we need to listen to our bodies and know when you've eaten something, how does that make you feel? And of course, share with someone, share with a friend, share with family, share with whoever. It's that simple. Now, you don't have to try all of this in 1 week, but you can try most of it, okay? And tag us on our socials and let us know which one of these that you're going to be trying out this week. So, Laide, do you have anything to add to that for our viewers and listeners?
I mean, I think we've said quite a lot. All we want to do is just encourage you to just add plants. Just add plants, however you
Yeah.
want to add it to your meals.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you eat, just even if it's just a side bowl of salad,
Yeah.
with whatever you're trying to eat, just have a side bowl of salad and eat with it, or you can just saute a bit of spinach with some um, vinegar, as a side dish. Any kind of side dish, or stir fry that you can add to whatever it is you're eating at the moment. Please add it
Yeah.
to it, and
Yeah.
because plants are definitely like multivitamins. They're good for healing. They're good for energy, and they're good for life. I tell you. So anything that would encourage you to add plants, please add plants to your
Yeah.
food.
Thank you. Thank you. So you've heard it. Add more plants to your meal. Add more plants to your life. So, daughter, as a younger generation, what would you say to parents raising children about introducing more vegetables for their children?
First thing, I think go on social media and look, because as many people say it, you can be whoever you want with the internet, and it's so true, because you can search up, how to replace a motor, and you will find hundreds of videos. So I think if you want to raise your kid and the mummy blogs are giving you an answer, you can go to social media account platform 1, 2, or 3, and you'll definitely find your answer. So just try it out. And especially if you have fussy kids, there are so many ways you could do it, because let's say your kid hates beetroots. That's great. There's beetroot brownies or beetroot chocolate cakes. There's so many ways to introduce your kids to it slowly. And I do honestly think, especially if your kids are like social media and they're all like, oh, mummy, on TikTok this happened. I think having them do the work for you as well. Let's say like having them find the recipes, or if there's like someone they really like, maybe they make recipes and you can integrate that. Because so many people as well, especially on like TikTok, that make food content, and you can look on that and find stuff that your kids will like, especially if like most kids don't like vegetables. They're like, I was one of them, dino nugget, chicken nuggets, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Chicken nuggets is not vegetable.
Yeah. But I feel there's definitely loads of options, especially online, to find that, and information is readily available.
Yeah.
So I do know people's big concern is, will my kids be getting all the vitamins they need to grow up and be healthy? I'm healthy and tall.
Thank you. She's healthy and tall. So this is the proof that eating more vegetables is good for you. Yeah? Well, thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay. So if you could sum up the power of eating vegetables in one sentence, what would that be? And I'm coming to you as well, Lydie. And I'll put you on the spot there.
Yeah. I'm thinking, do you want me to ask personally or
So you're
statistics?
giving an advice to a friend.
I would say it's made me, I'm going to call myself a chef. It's made me a better chef in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a better cook, I think.
All right. So that's the power of eating vegetables for you.
Yeah.
It's made you a better cook.
A more creative chef.
A more creative chef. It's made her a more creative chef.
That's my word of the day, creative.
Creative. Okay. Thank you, creative chef. Okay, Lydie, what about you? How would you, what's the one sentence that you would use to sum up the power of eating more vegetables?
I think I would say it helps you be your best self again. I'm telling you, because sometimes we've forgotten about how, I know you said one sentence, but I'll say the
You're
sentence.
writing an epistle now. It's your passion. Passion.
Because some of us, we've forgotten how we should feel or how we felt before we started having all of these things in our bodies, all these lifestyle diseases and everything. So it definitely helps you feel your best self in me.
Absolutely. Wow. So creative chef and the power of eating more vegetables helps you to reclaim and feel your best self. I mean, what better way to end the show? Thank you so much to both my guests. So for me, being plant-based vegan for a long time, like I said before, it's not fashion. It's not a trend. It's a movement, and it's returning back to basics. Like I like to refer to it as that. So seeing food as medicine, as fuel for our bodies, because our bodies thrive better on vegetables, on fruits, on fresh fruits that are in season, which we find pretty much everywhere now. Farmers markets, supermarkets. You can order your stuff online and still get it as fresh as possible. And like you said before, start growing some of your vegetables. I love the springtime because I'm still harvesting tomatoes from my garden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loads.
So I will not be buying tomatoes for a long time. Yeah. So we've had cucumbers, we've had squash, marrow, courgette. Yeah, those are really big
Massive
courgette,
one,
massive.
huge, yeah.
And it's just beautiful to be able to do that. And even if you don't have a garden, you can plant things in pots indoors, and you still get some good produce from that. And it's tastier, much, much tastier. So again, thank you to both my guests. Thank you for coming. We should do this again. I don't know what the topic will be, but we'll find something to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And again, as always, I'm always in awe of listening to your testimony, Olaide, and not only just for yourself, but also for the people that you are helping to transform their lives. So Olaide is on social media as plant-based lifestyler. So connect with her that way. And let us remember that every vegetable we eat, it's not just nourishment for our bodies, but also for preserving our planet, for not just us, but also for the future generations to come. So this has been our Veggie Week special. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And like I always like to end the show with, let's get wealthy together by staying healthy. And until next time, take care.